everyone, welcome back to my channel. Make sure you subscribe because today I had someone comment a while ago asking how I kind of get my stock for my yard sales, so I thought I would explain. So here we go. So it kind of depends on the yard sale I'm doing, so whether it is a seasonal yard sale or if it's kind of like a themed yard sale. So if it is a seasonal yard sale, what I do is I go and I check my app to see what DIYs I have for the season that's approaching, which in this case is Christmas. So I'm pretty sure I know I have all the current DIYs. If there's any DIYs I don't have for the season, I make sure I get them. But I think I have all of the DIYs for all the seasons, unless any new ones come out. And then once I've done that, I start crafting the materials. So I time travel to that time to get the materials. And oh my goodness, I have shaken so many trees. And as you can see, yeah, I've got a good stockpile of the Christmas stuff. I still need a couple more because, oh my goodness, so much iron. I thought I had a good supply of iron, but just like in real life, I am iron deficient. I need iron. But if it is a non-seasonal yard sale, so it's like a themed yard sale, I go every single day to my Nooks Cranny and I order 5 of the same items because y'all know I like to have 1 on display and 4 in a line. And then after I do that, I head on over to Nooks Cranny store and I see what they have in stock. I use this method a lot before time traveling and whatnot, but it's not the most practical use for my type of yard sales because I like to have 5 in a row. But I like to go check. Sometimes they're like the items in the front of the store, which you can get multiple of. Sometimes they're cool, but I kind of just do it to see if I don't have an item in the catalog yet into my my catalog to be able to then get on the Nooks Cranny store or the app. And then I head on over to the airport and I travel to work because I have the Happy Home Paradise, which is great. If you don't have it, I recommend it. And I go over and it's the same thing. I see if there's any stock on the floor that I need to catalog, and then I order 5 items from Wardle, and then I get delivered 10 items each and every day from doing this, and I leave them in my mailbox because the mailbox can have 300 items storage, I believe it is. So that just like frees up my personal storage from getting over too cluttered. So here we go there. And then once I feel like I have enough stock, I like to grab 1 of each color variant because I like to do every single color variant because I am that extra. And then I will kind of place them around my island just to get like a feel of how big the yard sale is going to be, how little, if I need to free up space for the yard sale, and also just to kind of get a feel of how it's going to look. And I like to start here first because the little squares usually fit like 1 item, unless it is a bigger item, and it just looks so neat. And I should have started off with like the tabletop trees, but that doesn't matter. This is just to get a feel of it. And here is where I have the kind of dilemma. See, I like to do my yard sales to look pretty neat and organized. So I like to do like all the trees would be in one area, all of the giant ornaments would be in another area. But, and this might just be me overthinking, I have thought about grouping the items, like having the color variants be the same. Because, and my logic for that is if someone comes over here and they grab a pink tree, for example, and then they go, oh, actually, I want the white tree, but I didn't have storage, I'm just going to drop the pink one in a random spot, but then it might drop it in front of the gold tree, or is it bronze? I don't know. And then someone will be like, I want the bronze tree, but they pick it up and they go home and it's pink, and they're like, what? But if it's in like color groups, someone goes over to the blue pile and they're like, I want a blue tree, and then they're like, actually, never mind, and then they just put it back in the blue pile. Bloop, bloop, bloop. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But as you can look here, this is what I typically do for my yard sales. I think it looks very organized, very neat. But let's see how it looks if I do kind of like group it by color. Okay, so over here to give an example, and this is kind of why I don't like to group by color, because obviously, as you can see, different items take up different square spaces, so it just looks like chaotic to me. Maybe it's kind of like a vibe, and maybe you will like it. You might comment down below and be like, I prefer it this way, but me personally, it just looks so chaotic. that's not supposed to be there. And I don't know, I don't really like it, but I also see the practicality of having it grouped by color rather than, like by groups of items. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below, which method do you personally prefer? And if you were to go to a yard sale, which method would you prefer? Would you prefer it to be kind of like grouped by color, or when I do like Sanrio item yard sales, would you prefer if I had like a pom pom pudding section and then a Hello Kitty section, or like my melody section, or do you like it like all the chairs in one spot and then all the beds in one spot? So there's that. Or do you prefer it like this? Which way? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you prefer this organized, perfect, looks stunning way? You can see I have a bias. Or do you prefer this? Kind of chaotic, but I guess has its moment. Not to be biased. Okay, now you may be wondering, probably not, but why do I have all these rose flowers, rose petals picked on my island? Well, I'm so glad you asked, because blue roses spawn on my island like crazy. Like they just multiply a lot, so I have a lot of them, and I was gonna be selling flowers for a yard sale, but nookaon, but then I scrapped that idea. So I have always blue roses, and I decided to like pick them and see how much they sell for, and they sell for a lot of bells. I think it's 8,000 bells for every 10 blue rose petals. So I've been stocking up. I have been picking them like every 3 days when they come, into like reflower. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun to see how much bells we can get for it? Because the next yard sale I want to do, and I'm not sure if it's going to be another Christmas yard sale or a New Year's Eve type, yard sale. But I want it to be free. This yard sale that's coming up that I'm doing with the DIYs, that won't be free. I kind of want materials. I need iron so bad. So that's kind of what that yard sale is going to be. But I think it would be so much fun to do like a massive Sanrio yard sale, as well as some other good items as well, but predominantly Sanrio items, and have it be free. That would be so cool. But I don't know if I wanted to do like another Christmas yard sale and be like, oh, Christmas, the time of giving, or to do like a New Year, start the New Year off Sanrio items. I don't know. So this is what I'm doing, is seeing how much bells we can get for selling these petals, because obviously buying stock for yard sales costs a lot, especially the Sanrio items. Some of them are 8,000 bells. Some of them, the wand I think is 12,000 bells per item, and if I'm doing 5 of that's a lot of bells. I can't give you a number off the top of my head, because that's quick maths, and I don't do that no more. But as you can see, yep, selling blue rose petals makes a pretty penny. Which now has got me into the to think about like, how much could I realistically get, and how long would it take to get 1,000,000 bells from selling rose petals? Which, if you see the end result, which you will in a second, not that long, I guess, because we're already at 500,000 right now. I sure wish it was this easy to get 500,000 in real life, but biggest can't be choosers. No, so yeah, that was a big whopping. We did miss a bundle right there, which did take it over the 700,000 bells to 800,000 bells. Insanity, almost 1,000,000 from selling rose petals, blue rose petals to be exact. And I had only started picking them like a couple weeks ago. So yeah, there we have it. That is how I get stock for my yard sales. I also time travel to be able to get a lot of stock, and like when I do order online on the Nooks Cranny app. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This is how I set it up, how I prepare for it, how I plan. If it is a seasonal one, I time travel to get the materials. If it's a non-seasonal one, I time travel to be able to get the stock quickly by ordering. And yeah, I set it up. Do you prefer this beautiful way or the colorway? Let me know in the comments down below. And should my next yard sale, the free one, be a Christmas one or a New Year's Eve one. And this was so rude. I thought he was going to be asking to leave, and I was like, don't leave. So he asked to come over to my house. I'm like, of course you can come over to my house. Dobby, happy to have ya. Maybe you'll give me your picture frame. That's happened in the past. And he was so rude. Like, just because of a cockroach. Like, I'm sorry that I time travel and then the cockroach just comes, okay? But it's not that big of a deal. I just go over, step on it, and it's gone. Like, you couldn't have waited for me to step on it and then it'd be gone. Like, just so honestly rude. But do any outro in my house because of Dobby who left. But if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification icon. Let me know in the comments down below what I should do for my yard sales, setup, or what type of, or it should be Christmas or New Year's Eve. Let me know. Be safe, everyone. Bye.